Death? Is it death time? Is it death time?
Is it time to throw down in the name of the Emperor?
Oh, it should have been me. You know that you're daddy's special little boy when the Primus himself is sliding into your DMs. What a day of convenience. Recently, I have been getting back into the world of the Warhammer-related things as I have been playing through Space Marine 2 again, as it is probably one of my favorite Warhammer-related games that I have had the luxury of playing in quite some time. Now, I am obviously an enjoyer of the models, I'm an enjoyer of most of the games, and I have watched the original Starties and plenty of fandom-created content around that whole universe. Now, a while ago, Netflix came out with a series called Secret World, Secret Lab, Secret Level, that's the one, haha, that's totally staying in, and there was, in fact, some Space Marine Warhammer-y goodness in it, and I feel woefully neglectful of my love of the Warhammer universe for not having seen this episode. So by the power of copyright protection and DMCA claims, we are going to watch the Warhammer episode of Secret Level. Now, due to the fact that Games Workshop are about as giving in terms of what they give to the audience as Twitch is in terms of revenue split, this video might be edited slightly differently in order for me to get this up on YouTube, but I wanted to experience watching this video, and I wanted to experience watching this video with you guys, because I wanted to share that delight. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy, because this is going to be the Warhammer Secret Level episode. So just as a reminder, this might be edited very differently for the side of YouTube, but for the sake of people who are watching here on Twitch and everything else, let's just hope and put our hands together and pray to the RNG gods that GW themselves don't come down and smite me. I have seen plenty of other people react to this and upload the whole thing, so who knows as to whether this ends up getting a strike or not, but I've wanted to watch this. I love Warhammer, and I've heard some great things about this. So, this is And They Shall Know No Fear, the Warhammer 40K, you know, the Secret Level stuff reminds me an awful lot of Love, Death, and Robots, if you guys have seen that. Lots of random episodic things, only with this, it's video games. Oh, I'm excited for this. I don't know what made me not watch this. Oh, that's right, because I don't like Netflix. And as much as I would love to have loaded up my Netflix to watch this, my ADHD prevented me. Yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, I believe that the people who made Astartes made this. And I tell you what, the fact that we're going to be getting Astartes 2, dude, it is a good time for Warhammer. It is a good time for Warhammer. I cannot wait for the next, for the improved iterations of Astartes. Hopefully assuming that Amazon hasn't completely butchered it with their, grubby hands getting in the mix. But the fact that they had the original creator of Astartes in there as well, making stuff for them, you gotta be honest. It should be good. Oh, sorry, Amazon Prime, sorry. The other money-grubbing dickhead that capitalizes on people's finances.
Humans are born prey.
Okay, so this is very fitting because I am playing through Space Marine 2 again at the moment, and if I'm not mistaken, I've been told that this episode is about Titus, I think. So I guess we're gonna find out?
Fragile. Afraid. The Imperium selects a chosen few. Children.
And within seconds, dude, this is so telling of the Warhammer universe. By the way, this, my animation mind and my media student mind is gonna be kicking in here. The Warhammer universe has one of the best, like, thematic and sort of representative ways of being told apart from the others. Like, it is grimdark, and within seconds of this video starting, we can already tell that this is the Warhammer that we know. It is not the way that Warhammer got treated when they made Fire Warrior.
Decades of conditioning.
And the thing is, to put it out there, by the way, the reason why a Warhammer game or movie will never work unless you're playing as the humans or the Space Marines is because it's the exact same thing that caused Fire Warrior to flop so heavily. Humans, and people by proxy, are still make you realize that you're in a grim, dark fantasy world when the first 5 seconds there's blood all over the floor and the footsteps of the size of a giant are compressed into them. I love the Warhammer universe. I may despise GW, but holy smokes. The Warhammer universe might be one of the most enigmatic I've ever had the delights of immersing myself in. Also, hashtag Magnus did nothing wrong.
Them with weakness, carving out their fear.
And knowing that this is the...
Those that survive.
So knowing full well that this is the person who made Astartes, mixed with the people who made made Love, Death, and Robots, I have a sneaking suspicion this might end up being absolute... Sorry. In order to say this, I need to say it properly. This is going to be absolute cinema. Yeah.
Are reborn with the strength to level cities, to conquer worlds.
Alright, who gave the boy a chainsaw?
Power must be controlled.
Those things are for trained Astartes only.
Fear.
That or the one crack-headed Imperial Guardsman that doesn't value their arms all that much.
Forged into obedience, into faith.
That's...
Centuries ago,
I think that is Titus's voice actor.
filled with pain and rage.
Is that a baby
A
Titus?
child who had never known fear.
This is a 16-year-old kid with 200 years experience. That is the friggin' 5-yard stare. Even kids in the 41st millennium look like they've been on the battlefield since birth. Holy smokes. I'm assuming that's Titus. Assuming. Because currently Titus is GW's baby boy. So I think there's a bit of a game theory, right? No spoilers. I'm not going to talk about Space Marine 2 too much here because I believe this came before. But I think the grand scheme here is that Titus is currently the front person for the entirety of like the Warhammer universe. And there's this big fan theory that Titus is somehow connected to the Emperor. For reasons that you will experience during Space Marine 2. At least that's my speculation. But me, you know, I find this quite interesting. But really...
I'm not here about the goddamn Space Marines. We're here to talk about the Orcs. Where's some Dakar? Where's some Gork and Mork? Gork and Mork need their own movie made about them. That's not right, that is. Otherwise, we're gonna have a crump problem.
What could a soul like that be capable of?
Ah, the return of the Y-bone. With a vengeance.
Out of my way, old man.
But you didn't say please. Say Primus detect Primus. Locate. Oh my god! Rabute Girly Man is sending you a direct DM. You know that your daddy's special little boy when the Primus himself is sliding into your DMs. Yeah! Titus! Let's go! My boy. Wait, that's not... Did they blackface Titus? I don't know, GW, I didn't realize that you were that inappropriate. Okay, cool. Nice to know that Amazon has lost all pretense of even trying to pretend like they care.
I confirm.
What the hell?
Oh god, you keep having to remind yourselves that the Space Marines, like to become a Space Marine, they really had their bodies torn apart. Especially, okay, so here's a fun intellectual fact about the Space Marine world. The Primaris Marines were a bunch of storied Marines made by Belisarius Cawl that were made centuries ago that were then awoken from their cryonic sleep to be used in the modern war. However, the old original Space Marines could then be converted into Primaris Space Marines by proxy of the Rubicon surgery, a surgery that would literally tear them entirely apart to then rebuild them as a new and improved Primaris Marine so they can join the fight. Even though, actually, it was by choice, and there are still, in the modern year, some original non-Primaris Marines who have decided to not go through the surgery and electively chosen to stay as the old version. Happenstancely and completely unironically and completely non-coincidentally, those Marines have all then subsequently been chosen for basic bitch duties, essentially equivalent to latrine duty. Not saying that Primaris Marines get treated like daddy's special little boy, but if you don't go through the Primaris surgery, well, I'm afraid you can't have your Happy Meal. Also, fun Space Marine fact, back in the 30th millennium, back in the 30K Warhammer days, the red helmet was seen as a bane. It was seen as a punishment for those Space Marines who had done dishonor to their faction. And in the modern year, the red helmet is actually seen as a good thing because there was one Space Marine who got given the red helmet of punishment who was like, oh, you did a silly, the symbolic goofy moment helmet, and did so well that he entirely changed people's perspective of the red helmet from being that of looking like a moron to being like, oh, damn, you know what? Yeah, that was pretty good, actually. Because in the way of the orcs,
red makes things go faster. And when you wear red, you're gonna make go big and strong is good, because big is best.
Gork said. Funny thing is that I only really started learning the lore of Warhammer maybe 2 years ago. And I have had such an autistic, like, hyperfixation on this universe. I now know so much about the universe, I can actually identify what a lot of this iconography is. Did you know that for every one of those pips on their forehead, that is 50 years of service? So you can identifiably tell how long a Space Marine has been a Space Marine by how many funny little eyebrow piercings they've got. And that is how you determine the time disparity between Space Marine 1 and Space Marine 2. Because in Space Marine 1...
Wait, did you know that we have a Discord and a Twitch? No? Well, now you do. So what are you waiting for? Why don't you click those little links over there and be part of the fun? Just like the rest of us cool kids, you know what I'm saying?
And Titus had 2 pips. And in the second Space Marine, he had 4, which means there was a 100-year gap between the first and second game. Which you would have been able to figure out before they'd even told it diegetically. Gold pips 100? Oh, is it 100? Oh, it might be. I might be wrong. Sorry. Point being. Is that Titus? Is that a young Titus? God, Space Marines look so cool. Oh, yeah. Okay. If it wasn't... You can tell this is obviously in the past and pre-Primaris, because everything has wheels rather than jetpacks. As a funny little point, when Belisarius Cawl released the Primaris Marines and brought the Space Marines into the 40th millennium, innovating their technology, he dubbed the fact of the wheel to be an inferior product, and so dubbed that every Space Marine weapon of destruction should hover or walk. And that anything with wheels is an inferior product. God, those spaceships are so cool. This is after Space Marine 2? Really? Why does Titus look younger? Oh, that's right, because the God Emperor is flowing through him, so he's de-aging rather than aging. Got it. Oh no, eggs! That means heresy's here. Apparating pages of heretical documentation. That reminds me, my taxes are due. By the way, we now need to know, by the way, Warhammer is actually a modern governmental ploy to show you what happens when you don't pay your taxes. Don't believe them. That's all a fallacy. They're just trying to scare you into making you pay your taxes. This is not going to happen if you don't pay your taxes. Don't worry. Ooh. Okay. Oh, wow, dude. Dude, this looks so cool. This looks so goddamn cool. now I definitely know this was made by the same people who did Love, Death, and Robots. There's a certain detail that those animators go into that no other animation studio really gets. And the animator in me and the Warhammer buff in me are both simultaneously orgasming at how goddamn cool this is. Ah, and that's what I love. That's something that pisses me off with some Warhammer stuff. When you don't get the weight behind a Space Marine. You guys remember Death Hulk? That game pissed me off so much because of the sound design. You're playing a goddamn Terminator that's bigger than a Space Marine, and you sound like you're walking around with Crocs on. Like, you watch these guys move, you listen to these guys move, and it feels and sounds and looks like there's weight behind their movement. Oh, that's so eerie looking. Is that a rhino?
What the hell?
Oh, God. I think there's something diegetically interesting about the Warhammer universe, especially when you go to, like, destroyed worlds like this. Because it's about the show, not tell. There's a lot of, like, in the 40th millennium, when half of the galaxy is burning on fire or filled with heretics, there's a lot of planets that you see where you kind of have to use your imagination as to what that planet looked like in its golden era, before the Dark Ages, before the fall of technology. And I revel in seeing and thinking about how this universe would have looked in its golden era. And that kind of emphasizes the notion in this world that there is no such thing as a good side. Like, the Space Marines aren't good. The Imperial aren't good. No one is good. The only faction that really could be considered maybe good would be the Tau, but nobody likes the Tau. And even them, they're not really good because it's either their way or the highway. Conversion therapy. Oh, they brought Dude along with them that fell asleep. Wakey, wakey, dude, it's death and destruction time. Is that a Warhound? Hold up, my nerd sense has just tingled. Oh, it's a Warhound! No, that's a Knight, right? The Warhounds are smaller. The Warhounds are like more of an angular face. That's one of the Knight Titan things. Because it goes Warhound, those guys, and then Cathedral Titan. Yeah, Warlord class Knight, or whatever they're called. Ooh. The fact it's dead, though, makes you question how it got down there. Oh, whoever the Spirit Warden was for this thing must have been on the slosh when they were piloting it, because the machine spirit was like, oh, I'm fucking drunk, and then they fell over. Oh no, Dreadnoughts are tiny by comparison. Yes, Princeps, that's the one. Oh my god, that's so freaking cool. Oh, visceral. You know how I told you about how you emphasize weight? Dude on a motorcycle went straight into it and the Space Marine didn't even move. Holy. They got the theming here perfectly. Death? Is it death time? Is it death time?
Is it time to throw down in the name of the Emperor?
Oh, shit, dude! Holy shit! Okay, you can absolutely tell. Okay, dude, the person who made Astartes has a certain way with his animations. You can see his influence on this. That was such a Astartes animation moment. Oh my god. It's so over the top, but it's so good. Yeah, dude, this definitely has a Starties' touch to it. And a sound design. Yeah, no, it's all being done by the music. You have to give these guys credit. Heresy must be fucking their brains up if they feel like they can go 1-to-1 against a Space Marine. Like, if anything, this does it. Like, because you got to keep in mind, right? Secret Level is a series about multiple franchises. So there would have been people who would have watched this, and this would have been their first ever experience of a Warhammer-related thing. And not only has this episode, in 5 minutes, laid the groundworks for how grody, grim, and deathless this world is, but they've put out the fact that, yes, these Space Marines look like the good guys, but they're dragging along a coffin? That although they're positioned as the main characters, you can tell by just the way they act and how they dress and what they're doing, they're not the good guys necessarily. But likewise, they've also done an amazing job of presenting just how indomitable they are, how they are clearly superior life forms. This is some amazing storytelling. As a story writer, as an animator, as an artist, as a comic book writer, this is my wet dream, and I love it. Oh my god. Dude was like, if I'm going down, I'm at least gonna scratch your helmet. And the guy was like, motherfucker, please. Boomf. I'm sorry, I need to see that again. That was flawless. Ow, that was mildly inconvenient. Oh, that really does show, because here's the thing as well. When Belisarius Cawl made the Primaris Marines, because the old Space Marines were very strong. Like, they were still bastions and indomitable creatures by comparison to the original Space Marines. And I find, like, this is like a personal fixation of mine. I love looking at the lore between the transition between the original Space Marines and the new Space Marines. Like, if you look at the difference between the two, it is quite stark. Like, as if Space Marines weren't big enough as it was, Primaris Marines are then even bigger and stronger, and their armor is tougher, and their weapons are stronger. When you look at this, right, that in of itself is a compelling thing. And then the Primaris Marines are taller, their weapons got upgraded to be stronger, and they're more strong just by default. I adore it. I love seeing that evolution, that technological manifestation. Not to mention, Belisarius Cawl, the Adeptus Mechanicus as a whole, are not considered technically allies of the Imperium. They do as much bad as they do good for the Imperium. And there's been a numerous amount of occasions where the Adeptus Mechanicus have almost had a civil war with the Imperium. And yet, Belisarius Cawl came along and was like, you know what? I'm gonna flex on you. Oh, these creatures made by the God Emperor? I can improve them. Yeah, the superhumans that were made by the person you worship as God, I spit on your God because I made them better. You think that Belisarius Cawl did this to help humanity? He did it as a flex. He did it to say, yeah, your God Emperor ain't so... If your God Emperor made perfection and I improved on it, what does that say about me? I just had a bit of a giggle. I was looking at the comments on this. Bro at least has no fear of copyright strikes. Doing the Emperor's works, posting this entire thing without Imperial sanction. Thank you for your service. Copyright strike? No, the Emperor protects. Oh, God, that's so good. But yeah, how to tell that I have autism and hyperfixation ADHD without saying it is the fact that I collect Warhammer. All right, let's move on, shall we? Oh, this is so grim. See, he's wearing red. It helps the blood blend in. Oh, shit. Oh, it is. It's a rhino. Where did they get a rhino from? Dude sees a rhino firing its cyclone cannon and is like, bet, I can take it. I can take it easily. Oh, no. Oh, shit! Actually, no, that couldn't. No, that's not a rhino. That's a Lehman Russ. No, that is a Lehman Russ. It's a Lehman Russ with a cyclone cannon rather than the obliterator cannons they normally have. Ooh, that's so cool, though. I do like seeing Imperial stuff being converted to Chaos like that. And admittedly, the Lehman Russ battle tank might be one of my favorite looking tanks other than the
Bane Blade!
Also, I want to see that again. Dude, it's literally a tank with legs. God! Road traffic collision? Nah, road traffic distraction more like. Oh, you know what? Yeah, no, you can tell this is post Space Marine 2. You can see the gold wings on his head and the Death Watch thing around his wrist. So why does he look so much younger? Weird.
I'm coming through!
You know he's an absolute baller when he's reverse gripping his chainsword like that. Completely unnecessary. But it does make you look like a badass. Oh my god, he took that tank like it was nothing. Just like me. Taking after Inky, I see. I also do love how Belisarius Call improved the bolter. Like, these things look and sound way more modern, whereas the original bolters just sound like cannons. It's kind of a fun little thing, actually. If you go back and play Space Marine 2, at the very beginning of the game when you're playing as a Deathwatch soldier, you're using the old bolters. And you can actually hear the difference between the bolters you use in Mission 1 versus the bolters you're given when you're upgraded to being a Primaris Marine. Really funky. Go back and have a look at it. Go back and have a listen. You can tell the difference. When I started playing through Space Marine 2 the other day, I was like, oh my god, you can actually tell the difference. Like, the attention to detail in these things is absurd. What's in the box? Oh, wait, they packed a lunch. Space Marines have to eat too, you know. That little flash of blue. Oh, that's so... Like, the cinematography in this and the iconography is just astounding. How to make something stand out even more promptly. Just that little flash of color. Everything is brown and green and sort of muddy looking. And then you got that flicker of blue and it stands out like a sore thumb. So cool looking. The Emperor protects. Okay, so now we know the chaos nearby. Who's ready for some chaos demons? You know demon shit's nearby when gravity reverses itself. Hello? That daddy come back from getting milk and cigarettes? Dad, is that you? No, wait. It's the one thing I'm afraid of more than Dad. It's me! Actually, a pretty accurate representation of grown-ass adults seeing photos of themselves from when they were teenagers. The only thing that makes me more afraid of me than myself. Younger me. Oh, damn. So they're just gonna straight up jump, right? No need to find a way down when you're wearing armor that literally pads you. Like, are we gonna forget that we saw Titus survive a 500-foot drop out of a spaceship, like Master Chief in that one game? Whee! My only disappointment was none of... Oh, that was such a smooth transition. And the thing is, it's left ambiguous. You don't know whether they've reached the bottom or whether there's some gravity fucky-wucky shit going on. That was smooth. And then they just go into the darkness because they know no fear. Oh, that's so cool! The fluorescent blue blood is... Okay. Give Astartes a fucking Emmy. God, I wish animators could be given awards of some kind, because that is so beautiful. A bad animator and a bad storyteller would have some kind of, like, environmental lighting, but using the viscera of the enemies to light them up like that? Oh, that's so cool. I feel like this entire video is just going to be me pause chamming going, oh my god, that's so cool. But that's ingenious. And what? Okay, please tell me. Oh, you can see it. They've got the gunk on their body, so now they're gonna be lit up by the luminescence. Oh, that is some beautiful storytelling. That is some beautiful diegetic lighting. Oh, that's... I feel like I need to watch this through like 5 or 6 more times, because every time I'm looking back, I'm seeing somebody doing something different. Like, you have to watch this through like 2 or 3 times to watch each of them in what they're doing. This guy over here is going like full broadsword, half grip on his power sword, and he's like wielding it like an actual Zweihander. God damn, that's cool. You got Mr. Muggins over here, who's like doing a proper Power Rangers thing. You got dude over here who's like blowing the shit out of things. You can't even tell what the guy at the back's doing, but holy hell, holy hell. Just another day in the office. Just another day in the office. I could very much see there being a Legolas versus Gimli relationship here. Like, one of them takes down a prince of chaos, and one of the other space marines goes, "That still only counts as one." Oh, and look at the slide on the floor, dude. That's and the footprints. There is so much detail here. God, and you can just see the outline of the blood on the... Oh, God, I am a gooner, but this is the stuff that turns me on more than smut. Oh, wow. Now, you have to question... Is this a building they've walked into, or is it a Tzeentch library? Because if it's a Tzeentch library, there's going to be some fuckery afoot, I feel. Because those demons they killed, those were the same demons that you see in Space Marine 2. And those are the things that work with the Thousand Suns. And if you look very closely at some of the guys they were fighting earlier, they too had some of the Thousand Suns iconography on them. Which means this is a Tzeentch location, which means there's going to be some mindfuckery. And we know that Tzeentch, my boy, as much as he loves Yu-Gi-Oh, he also loves mind-fucking people just that little bit more. Wow. Yep, there you go, Thousand Suns. It's a Psyker. A Psyker in a box. Oh, are they going to use him to protect themselves against Tzeentch's influence? Huh. Oh shit, that's so cool! Yeah, the Psyker's just creating a barrier around them. That's so sick though. Oh no. Well, time for something to fuck them all up. Kerrigan, the Queen of Blades? Is that you? Kerrigan? Wrong IP, my darling. Oh no! Our pocket Psyker's dead. Oh god, I love the design behind the demons in Warhammer. I do. That's so cool. It's like a Twi'lek. Chat. I don't think I need to prove my monster fucker stamp card any harder, but would. Oh yeah, here's the monster fuckery. Here's the mind fuckeriness. Oh shit. Oh, that's so cool! It's like a little figurine made out of metal. Oh, what the okay, so there's a lot of iconography here. There's a lot of like symbology. So the armor, they're metaphorizing the fact that they are but fleshy people inside of a mech suit. And that the spirit of the machine is gonna fucking kill them. But they're connected. But what are you without your oh, you're dead without your armor, that's right. Oh no! Your armor popped you like a popsicle. That was... Oh no. I don't think there's a codex entry for that. See, this is some bullshit. This is literally hacking. Literally using cheat codes. Better? Better? Better. This demon is about to go into Titus's head. and just be confronted with a fist to the face.
Child, filled with pain and rage.
Oh my god, that's so cool. There's so much style behind this.
A child who had never known fear.
Oh shit. Getting really mindfucked on this one. Bit of a cheatsy doodle when you've got these magic powers like this. Right, so how is Titus gonna go actually know you? Like we like from Space Marine 1 and Space Marine 2, we know that there's something special about Titus. My prediction is he's connected to the Emperor, that he's a Neraphim of some kind. And by that fact, we already know he's got a good resistance to chaos magic, so this demon's about to... If only this demon would have gone to him first, everyone would have survived. Yeah, I'm not locked in here with you, you're locked in here with me. You know, dude, you notice how his iris didn't even open? Like all of the others, their iris is dilated. Titus is so good at staring into the void that he don't give a damn. He knows no fear. Oh shit! Yeah! You came to the wrong brain, fool! Oh, it should have been me! Damn, Titus! Absolute badass! That looks suspiciously like the beam of light you see at the end of Space Marine 2. No spoilers, but... Huh. I'm sure there's some connotations and things to take away for this.
Target confirmed. Ordnance inbound. Die well, brothers.
I mean, they're not gonna kill off Titus, right? You know, one thing I did see, which made me laugh, which made... Someone who clearly didn't actually watch the episode, there was a comment on one of the videos of someone saying, oh my god, I can't believe Amazon are so woke, they made Titus black. Like, I made that comment ironically. Somebody legitimately thought that was Titus. That's it, my boy. Save your dad. Oh, they're still here? Oh, they were in the corpse of a ship. Oh. Oh, that's one of the Cathedral Titans. And that's like a... I think... Yeah, wait, so this must be a grave world. A tomb world. Huh. This is where you wish you had an apothecary with you? God. I think I know what it is that's made him look younger here. He grew his hair out. You got that scar, that chiseled jawline. I think it's the hair that makes him look younger here. God, he's handsome.
Titus. Our duty is done. It's time to go. Not yet, old man.
We're getting you out of here. Oh yeah, Titus, my boy.
What could a soul like that be capable of?
Becoming God. Oh, wow. Holy, I think that, yeah, that's it. Oh my God, I am so glad I left myself to watch this with you guys. This was actually peak cinema. Oh, wow. If this is even if this is even 10% as good as what Astartes 2 is going to be like, I cannot wait. Oh my goodness. I'm at lost for words. This was absolute cinema. I could sit here analyzing this thing for the next 45 minutes, and I probably would. But if this isn't peak Warhammer, like, say what you will about GW, say what you will about the bureaucracy that goes on with GW, the world that they've made, when it is represented properly, oh my God, it's perfection. And they nailed it. Like, they are lucky. They should be happy that they have the guy who made Astartes working on this, because it shows. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this, please let me know in the comments, and I'm going to leave you with a really unsettling fact. If you had to ask yourself the question, who would win in a fight? The Warhammer universe or the Doctor Who universe? Knowing what I know, I'm unfortunately displeased to tell you that the Doctor Who universe would beat the Warhammer universe without even a question. It ain't even close. And with that, I'll see you later. Bye!